Got some Canadian news. 1 second here. A few people are having some trouble there. Okay, CPI. Let's take a look here. So far we got the Canadian dollar getting weaker. Yen is getting stronger. Let's take a look. Pardon me. Okay. Aussie CAD. Kind of flat and wavy there. Canadian yen trying to reverse. Nothing there really. Canadian Swiss pretty flat. EURCAD kind of flat. Okay. Pound CAD kind of flat. New Zealand CAD trying to move up. We have some room to roam there. Interesting. Dollar CAD having major 200 trouble there. We'll stay away from that. All right. Looks like the only one that I'm interested in right now, at least, is going to be this New Zealand CAD. Let's check the wider time frames here. Uh-oh. On the H1, we got a cap sitting up there on the 200, right? Yeah, it's only got about 12 pips of range there. Okay. Not a great setup there either. All right. So none of the Canadian pairs right now is giving us all the signals that we want to see, right? The Canadian yen is trying to come down. Let's check the wider time frames there. Nothing there. Okay. No confirmation in the wider time frames. Canadian Swiss. All right. No confirmation there either. This is why we have rules, guys. I'm not seeing anything there on any of the Canadian pairs that are giving us all the indications that we want to see. Wow. All right. Okay. We better look for some other pairs then, gang, because the Canadian is not giving us anything we want to see. Aussie yen. Not much doing there. Aussie New Zealand. Looks a little bit interesting. Aussie dollar, nothing. Consolidation. Boy, oh boy, gang. It's rare that it's tough to find any trades. Right now, we're struggling to find anything that looks interesting. Wow. I mean, nothing. Okay. Finally, pound Aussie, maybe? All right, decent confirmation on the H1. Trying to break through. Oh dear. 1 moment, gang. Be right back. Okay. Pound Aussie M30 there. Let's come into some consolidation from yesterday. Just not seeing much I really like there though. Pound dollar. My goodness gracious, gang. All right. Pound New Zealand. Not much confirmation there either. But at least that's one to watch, gang. I'm going to put an alert on that. All right. GBP NZD short alert at 1.90891. Okay. Initial target. Got a decent range at least. Initial target will be down to 1.90545. So it's got a nice range, about 35 pip range. But it has to get down to my alert before I get interested in that. It has decent confirmation on the H1, not decent on the H4, which is why I'm being conservative with our entry there, okay? All right. Let's at least take a look at what the Canadian CPI is going to do here. We do have a lot of CPI news coming out on the Canadian dollar, so we might get a move. But there's nothing right now to trade on the Canadian dollar, gang, in terms of setups. Okay. So we're going to sit and wait. We're going to sit and wait and see what this news does here. Okay, so it was better than expected.
New Zealand CAD just went really short.
Yeah, it's interesting. Still not a range that we can trade though, yeah? Dollar CAD is moving nicely now. Whew, look at that Canadian strength indicator, okay? All right. Pound CAD is moving down now. It's a pretty good CPI there.
That EURCAD is just going crazy too.
Yeah, we don't want to just react, okay? We want to still follow our rules. Canadian Swiss is moving pretty well. That has some room to run. We know that when we get these outsized candles, we do have, aha. So what I'm looking for now, gang, is when it's breaking into some empty space, right? We don't have all of our signals. We don't have all of our signals, which makes it a lower percentage trade, right? We don't want to just react. We don't want to just react. We still want to follow our rules and find a break into an open area away from support and resistance, okay? I know that the spikes look sexy, but we can't just react to them. Canadian Swiss continue to capture my interest a little bit here. CAD, CHF, 0.75083 long. That's what I'm looking at there. Okay. Canadian Swiss, 0.75083 long. We know there's going to be a pullback, gang, right? We know there's going to be a pullback. 75% of the time when it has those big outside spikes, it pulls back, right? At least halfway down. This is why it's important to continue to stick to the rules when you're trading. Okay? So you have about a 19 pip range there on the Canadian Swiss to the upside. You're getting a little bit of a pullback now. Getting a pullback on everything, right? This is why we don't just jump in, gang. When the signals aren't there now, if I would have had all the signals prior to that announcement, I would have been in a trade already. But we had no signals, none. And this is why we're seeing pullback, gang. Okay? So again, you can't just react with emotion when you see those big spikes. We didn't have the proper setups. We didn't have the proper indicators. So we have to wait. And now you're seeing it's pulling back almost to consolidation on all the pairs, gang. Okay? New Zealand CAD pulling back, dollar CAD pulling back. Now I feel a little bit better about potentially entering a trade after we get these pullbacks, right? See that H1 on that dollar CAD, the 200 is pulling it right back, yeah? That's the problem there. I'm a little bit interested in the dollar CAD. A little bit interested. All right, if the dollar CAD can get below USD, CAD, if it can get below 1.32286, look out below. You got a huge range there, at least 20 pips of range. Okay. But it's going to have to get down there for me. So I'm going to put an alert there. Okay. So there, see that little red arrow there? I have an alert right at my support line to give me a heads up. And of course, you know we want to enter about 3 pips below support, right? But I'm not going to do anything until it gets down there again. This is the discipline of sticking to the rules, okay? This is the discipline of sticking to the rules. See, all those spikes getting backed up. And that's because we did not have all the proper setup before the move happened. Now, these moves would have been more likely to extend if we had the proper setups before the news hit. That good Canadian news, right? But because we didn't have the proper setups, you see they're pulling back almost to where they started from. And that's why we're just going to wait before we enter anything. What's that EURCAD doing? Okay, the EURCAD has a decent range to the downside too. Keep an eye on that. I'm going to pull it down just a little bit more. Okay, whoever's on the phone, we're getting a lot of background noise there. I'm going to put an alert on the EURCAD too. EURCAD short alert at 1.50935. Okay. Now it's trying to move down again. And that has a nice range, gang. That has a very nice range. But I can be a little bit more conservative with that. Put it up to about right there. It's got a nice range game. It's got a 50 pip range to the downside. 50 pips to downside. The problem with that right now, we don't see a lot of confirmation, right? On the H1 and H4. But again, that's why I'm being conservative with my entry points here. I want to give it time for the signals to give us the proper signals, right? And right now, they're just not doing so. All right. Yeah, you see how flat the strength indicator is, right? Very flat. All right. So Aussie CAD, nothing. Aussie New Zealand, nothing really. Aussie dollar. All right, I'm going to put everybody on mute here. Just getting too much background noise from a few people there, okay? All right. All right, gang, there's not a lot to do. Not a lot to do. New Zealand US is trying to move up. I just don't like it though, because on the H4, the 20 is still going down, so I'm going to pass on that. Dollar yen is trying to move down. No confirmation whatsoever though. Okay. All right, gang. This is the morning we had to be defensive. We didn't have any proper setups. So we're not in any bad trades right now. So now we have to be patient. We have to be that anaconda that I talk about, right? Lying in wait for the proper setups and then moving. So keep an eye on that pound New Zealand short. Okay. You have an alert at 190891. Okay. Keep an eye on the Canadian Swiss long. If we can get back above 75083. I'm going to keep an eye on the dollar Canadian short. If we can get below 1.32286. This is all in your chat, by the way, guys, if you want to copy them, okay? Keep an eye on the EURCAD short, 1.50935. And that's about it. So EURCAD, dollar CAD, Canadian Swiss, pound New Zealand. Those are the only pairs that I'm watching right now. And for right now, gang, there's nothing to do. We're going to have to wait and let those trades come to us. All right. Looking out towards next week. Monday, you see there's a bank holiday, so there's nothing going on Monday. Not a smart idea to trade at all on Monday, okay? Tuesday, got some New Zealand news, but we won't have a live session then. Bank of Japan outlook in the evening. Keep an eye on that. Wednesday, we're back in the saddle. Some Aussie news and some Canadian news. Good. So we'll have two live sessions on Wednesday, one in the morning, one in the evening. Thursday morning, we'll have ECB press conference, but we don't trade press conferences. Okay, so a little bit of a slow week again. That's all right. So I'll post those on Monday. But for right now, gang, there's nothing more to do. Just keep an eye on those four pairs and be that anaconda. Okay? All right, gang. Any questions on that? Type them in or get on the microphone unmute yourself. Other than that, have a great day and a great weekend. We'll see you next Wednesday, gang. Bye-bye now.
Okay. Have a good weekend.
All right. See you next week.